Okay guys, so I think at this time this will be the last video in this section. I might add some more things as I find them more important. This is going to be a constantly evolving course. The last thing we need to talk about is why. Now, if you read a lot of self-help books, you read a lot of books that theorize on how to be successful in life, it's all about finding the thing that means the most to you, your purpose, your why. That is not necessarily false, but again, I like to structure everything on output and efficiency. Again, I will always look at you and your results like a car. Okay, how much speed can we get? How much can we get done? How can we get it as done as effectively as possible? That's it. I'm looking at stats. I'm looking at how can you score the most points per game? I don't care if you're happy. I don't care if your mental well-being is great. Everything I just talked about so far is literally if I was looking at you like a player or a race car and saying, all right, how can we score 50 points a game? Because if you're not performing right here, you're not a good car. You're not a good basketball player. Now, that being said, we need to talk about the most important part behind all of this, and this is the why. Because so far, I showed you how to design the perfect day, the perfect life, the perfect everything. And mostly involves a lot of pain and removing things from your life that you probably like. For example, I like to drink. I like to play video games. I love to eat cake. Man, eating cake is fantastic. And I like to go and socialize with my friends while doing all these things. I've had to cut all that out of my life. That is painful. That is sad. That's not great. That's a lot of joy from my life removed. On top of that, let's talk about building ads and funnels. And let's just talk about something that no one really says. It's boring. It's not exciting building a funnel or ads. It's not an exciting thing to do. And so what we've talked about so far is a bunch of things that just suck. Why do we want to go and do all these things that kind of suck? Why do we want to get rid of all these base needs, these animalistic needs that we have that are a lot of fun to partake in? And why do we want to do and sacrifice all those things so we can do something that really isn't even that fun in the first place? It all comes down to why. And this is the most important thing when you're building your business and what you're doing. You need to know first off what your goals are in life. So if you really don't, if your goals in life don't have to do that much with business, you have to understand you're probably not going to be able to motivate yourself to be as crazy about business as you'd want to be. And the way you're going to get the best results in business is to find and tie your goals and satisfaction in life into your business. That's the only way to survive here. Okay, if you ask Kobe Bryant to do all the things that he did, all right, if you think about all of his life, how he dedicated it all to basketball, there's no way he would have been able to do that if he wasn't in love with basketball. There's absolutely no way he could have ever done it. And so basketball was his why. It was the reason why he got up every morning. Winning at basketball was his why. That was the only thing that mattered to him his entire life. And that's the only way you can make these sacrifices and this pain and make it worthwhile. Your business has to not be the thing that you have to do. It has to be the thing that you need to do, that you love more than anything. Now, I'm not saying throw your kids and family by the wayside, but you have to have some grand purpose in your life. And the best way to do that is with business. That's the best way you can serve people. That's the best way you can serve other humans. That's the best way you can build meaningful relationships. It's through meaningful work. The people that you work with are going to be the people that you spend the most time in your life with. So they might as well all be your friends. They might as well all be an extension kind of your family. And your product and your vision must be the thing that gets you the most excited in work. So at Hyros, for example, I love waking up and working with high-level entrepreneurs on their ads. At Iron, for example, I love waking up and helping people do high-level things with their businesses who are already operating and being successful in the business. I absolutely love it. So, and also, you're going to notice with like HCOM, for example, or any info products around the past, they also allowed me to fund my software companies when they were not profitable. And so there's a why behind all of it. The why is that I absolutely love waking up and working on this software company with like my CEO is one of my best friends from childhood, and I love my team and I love everything that we're doing. I love it. And then when I work with dream clients at Hyros every single day, I'm not going to name drop. We have so many big names and huge companies that I buy products from. I bought products from in the past. Or I grew up watching on TV, and they're all there. It is my why. This is why I can wake up and do these things for 12 hours straight every single day. This is why it's worth it. And so when you're thinking about your business, you really want to find a business that gives you that why. If your business's goal is just to make money, you won't be motivated for very long because you'll make money and then you won't care anymore and it will just be a drag. And you'll think about, man, why don't I just invest this money into something and sit around in my house and play World of Warcraft all day, or whatever your bad habits are. You'll just think, why don't I just go do that? Why don't I just go F off? It's because the why isn't strong enough. So when you're thinking about your business, if you want to be really good at ads and funnels, you have to have something that makes you wake up and love working on the ads and funnels, because it's part of the why. It must be something that exists beyond money. You can't make something that's just beyond for money. If you're just making a product just to make money, it's never going to be that great, because you're never going to go fully obsessive with it like Kobe Bryant. And so you have to understand that in your lifetime, you only have time to build like maybe two or three really great businesses. You don't have a lot of time. Building a really great business over time takes 5 to 10 years. And building a company that could get to a $100 million, billion-dollar valuation, you have to do something that is really, 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 really good. It has to be really good. It can't be just acceptable. It can't be mediocre. It can't be whatever. And if you want to have something that will make you 10 million, 20 million, 5 million a year for a long time, it has to be really good and really well built. And you can't do any of those things if you don't absolutely love what you're doing. I'm going to talk about different types of businesses in the next section, and it's perfectly okay to build your first business for cash flow. For example, my first business, I did to make cash, and I used that to fund businesses that I really loved. Some businesses that you would really love to get into take a lot of investment to start up, and that's fine. That's okay. What I'm telling you right now is you have to have this grand vision. You have to have this grand why, or you won't be able to get good at anything. You've never ever in your entire life gotten really good at something that you hate doing. If you hate playing guitar and you have no interest in guitar, there's no way you're going to become a even top 1% guitar player. And getting to the top 1% doesn't even count. You have to get to the top 0.01% to really kill it. So I wanted to stress this in this video. You should think and sit down, what type of business do I want to build? What environment do I want to work in? What type of people do I want to work with? And that people do this exercise all the time for mental masturbation. I don't like using gross words in these videos because I know some people don't like them. But basically, they're just doing it just to feel good. We're not doing this to feel good. We're talking about output and efficiency here. If you don't enjoy what you do, your output and efficiency is just going to suck. It's just going to suck. You have to be super excited about it. You have to be thinking about it all the time, and you have to love it. You have to absolutely love it. To focus on it, to sacrifice all the things you need to do, you have to absolutely love it. So think about the business that you'd want to build and you would absolutely love, even if it won't make you that much money in its first year or two. Okay? And then you can also always build a cash flow business. This stuff I'm going to show you in this program is very good at building cash flow businesses. And you can use that to fund the big Y company. But you have to have the why, or it's never going to work. So think about, what would I love? What would I want to see every single morning? What type of people do I want to work with? Who do I want to work with? What product would be amazing? What would I do if I would only make $60,000 a year for the rest of my life? Okay, which $60,000 a year is enough to cover your bills and basic expenses, but you'll never be super duper rich. What would you do in that case? And then once you do that, you have something you'll become so good at and so excited about that you will become super rich, because you're going to be the best at it, because you've made more sacrifices than everybody else. The reason why Kobe Bryant was able to become the very, very best was because he sacrificed everything for something that he loved. And you can't sacrifice everything if you don't love it. You can't go and do all these sacrifices and work on stuff that's naturally just pretty boring if you don't love it more than anything else out there. So you must think about what you love and how you can create a business that you absolutely love, even if it doesn't even make you that much money in the short term. Okay? So I want to break that up. And again, just the why, I want to tie it back to it. I want to make very clear this isn't self-help. It's all about output and efficiency. If you don't have a strong why, you won't have a reason to get up in the morning and work in your business. Now, it also ties into your business when you get to missions, value, and business structure. Other people won't want to work for you either if you don't have a strong why. If you look at any strong leaders in history, any strong leaders of everything, they always had a strong why, and that's what attracted people to them. If your business is just to make you money and pay for your stuff and your house and your bills, why would anyone of any talent ever want to work for you? What do you do for a living? Oh, I help Alex Becker pay for his Lamborghini. That's not what anybody wants to do ever. What do you do for a living? What does your company do? I just work at a company where we just kind of like sell courses so that like the CEO can like make money and take pictures on Instagram. That's what we do. But I mean, is the product cool? No, it's all right. I mean, like everything's pretty good, but I mean, like we just make a lot of money, and like that's just kind of what we do. No one of any substantial talent will ever do that, because a person of substantial talent doesn't have a problem making money. They have a problem finding a reason to get up in the morning. And so that's another thing we'll talk about when we get in the business structure and everything. But you must have a why. So understand that. Okay. Now, I actually want to add one more video that's based around creativity, and then we're going to start talking about the business. And I think this part is also very important as well.